Hey, Corey Lancaster with the Lancaster team of Extra Right Realty, bringing you another episode of About Your Business. And today I want to talk about communicating with your fellow agent that you're working on a transaction with. Okay, sometimes in this business you're working on a transaction and you get some bad news. Okay, it's bad news to you and it's bad news to the other agent. What I want to talk about today is the need for you to communicate that bad news. Nobody likes to be the bearer of bad news, but it is necessary. It will save some of your deals. Let me give you an example. Let's say you are the buyer's agent, okay, and you just get a call from your lender, okay, and the lender tells you there's some challenges on this buyer on this loan, and it's going to require an extension. You're going to need probably it's going to push us back maybe a week and a half, maybe 7 days, maybe 10 days, right? Okay, what do you do with that information? Okay, do you wait till you get closer to the end of the transaction, to settlement date or the original settlement date, to let the other agent, the listing agent, know? Well, the true answer is it does depend. It depends on the relationship you have with that other agent, some other factors, but generally speaking, it's probably a good idea to let the other agent know, okay, that there's going to be a delay sooner rather than later, especially if the property is occupied, right? Because you know those sellers are starting to make moving arrangements and so forth, and especially if you know that listing agent has a difficult client already, maybe they've already shared that with you, and so by you holding that information and not letting the other agent know so he can tell his seller, listen, there's going to be a delay, okay? It might be a week and a half. That sometimes goes a long ways with the seller and the listing agent that you gave him advance notice, okay? I'm not talking about giving him advance notice the day before settlement. I'm saying when you found out 10 days ago, 2 weeks before settlement, hey, we ran into a little bit of a snag. Lender's working on it, but I want to kind of give you a heads up now that it's going to require a little bit extra time. We're probably going to do an extension, okay? The second thing not to do is don't ignore the agent's phone calls and text messages, okay? Try to keep them updated. You let them know that there's some challenges, or you haven't let them know that there's some challenges or there's going to be a delay. The listing agent sees that the settlement date is coming due and he hasn't heard from you, and he reaches out to you trying to find out, hey, are we still on track and so forth. And maybe you have some bad news that's going to be delayed or there's some challenges. You still want to communicate with the other agent and let them know kind of what's going on. Like, listen, this is a challenge I'm having. This is how we're working to move forward and get this deal done, okay? And it's best to try to keep that agent up to date. Don't get to just ignoring the agent and so forth. If they're giving you a call at a reasonable period of time during the day and so forth, give them an update. Let them know, because obviously it's their transaction too, and they need to communicate back to their client. And the more that you're communicating with the agent and not ignoring their calls, the more they'll feel more comfortable that someone's working on it and that things are kind of moving forward. When you go radio silence, then they just think, hey, something's wrong. We need to get out of this deal, and that's the only advice they can give their clients. So just a little professionalism. Just make sure that you're doing that. Keep your communication. Of course, every situation is different, so there might be situations where this might vary a little bit, but generally speaking, keeping good communication with the other agent on the transaction is normally a good thing. All right. Now, if you get that agent who's calling you like every 10 minutes, want to know update, I get it. They can wait. Okay, we already gave them an update today, and if you get an agent like that, just like, hey, listen, I'm gonna let you know something tomorrow morning, or by the end of the day, I'll give you a call back. Now, you make that comment, make sure you give them a call back when you say you're going to give them a call back. All right. Hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully it's going to save some deals for you. If you like the content you've been getting, you want to find out more about Extra Right Realty or the Lancaster team, give me a call, reach out to me. Be happy to sit down with you. Have a good one.